former Governor Alhaji Umar UTC, members of the Federal Executive Council present here, most notably the Minister of State for Agriculture, Alhaji Mustafa Mabashir Huri, former Deputy Governors present here, Nigeria's Ambassador to China, Ambassador Baba Ahmed Jidda, former ministers, current speakers, and members of state houses of assembly across the length and breadth of this country, our leaders, too numerous to mention, former party leaders, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My first duty is to first of all acknowledge the position that His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari occupies in the remarkable history of our great party, the APC, as well as the role he has played in the history of our dear country, Nigeria. Secondly, I must also firmly underscore the remarkable political journey of our leader, His Excellency Ashwaju Bola Ahmed TInubu. His incredible vision and strength of character have helped us to the point where our party evolved to as the giant of the Nigerian political scene. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are lucky indeed to be standing on the shoulders of these two remarkable political titans. There is no weight I carry very carefully, as much as the burden of trust and learning from public servants who never take the expectations of the public for granted. I am standing here today because of the benign testaments of those who believe in me, those who crawl so that some of us could walk, and those who walked for others to run. The successes of the All Progressives Congress in the past two presidential elections were not magic shows. They were rewards for our foresighted and pragmatic decisions to sacrifice our personal interests and sectional sentiments for the overriding prospects of our great party. We are here again on the cusp of history, and left with no option other than collaborating assiduously again to pursue the collective interests of APC stakeholders across ethnic, religious, and regional stations. Having led us through two successive elections and resisted the debate to impose a successor, President Muhammadu Buhari remains the man of the season, a leader who must be remembered for passing the torch to the choice of the party's majority, Ashwaju Bola Ahmed TInubu. My emergence as the running mate of the inimitable Jagaban Borgu is based on the party's very forthright assessment of the threats ahead, and I am most honored by the consensus of the distinguished stakeholders of our party to trust me with representing the nation's interests under the leadership of the very saga the youth all over the country fondly refer to as City Boy, in honor of his Our public-spirited progressive governors have also demonstrated why they are the backbone of the party. There can't be enough words to quantify their sacrifices. We acknowledge the fact that they are responsible for this spectacular structure that offers us a palpable electoral advantage over our opponents. Whatever supremacy we attribute to the APC is owed to the commitment of our progressive governance. Like most of us, they submitted to the supreme interests of the party to guarantee our success in the forthcoming elections. And the immensity of these sacrifices calibrates their wisdom and sensitivity to the myriad of opponents we are going to face in 2023. I am here today because of their wisdom, and I am therefore grateful for their perception of the task ahead is one that can only be executed through meticulous collaboration across board. Today, I must also testify to the cyclical nature of history. But like those before us, we must resist the temptation to throw a piece over an invitation to serve the people. We must always take the past as our pioneer's teacher, one never to be taken for granted. This will be our guide steering into tomorrow. Now, I'm not unaware of the difficult political arithmetic that produced this moment, especially the understanding of our great party stakeholders and supporters across religions, regions, and ethnicities. Their resolve to settle for this ticket is a testament to the faith they have in us. This ticket isn't an imposition. It is an outcome of democracy at its practical base, and based on the aggregation of the ideas and insights of our great party stakeholders. If this were an unpopular option, as the cast of partisan provocateurs have attempted to paint, there wouldn't have been the tons of goodwill messages, especially from distinguished Christians from all over the country. This ticket, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is a Nigerian project. Not a sectional agenda that the frightened camps have been struggling to sensationalize. I'm sincerely proud of the rational citizens who view this as nothing but a pragmatic permutation to defeat our opponents at the polls, and based on acknowledgement and implementation of the candid perspectives of our Christian brothers and sisters in the APC, who like us are bound by the passion for us to regain power in order to deepen the delivery of unifying and transformative governance to Nigerians. About 30 years ago, Nigerians from both sides of the Niger came together to market the ideals of a ticket like ours. They overlooked the pedestrian attempts to politicize the religious affiliations of the presidential candidate and running mate, and yielded to the message of hope and the manifesto of prosperity promising. The MKO Abiola and Babagana Kingibe ticket defied the stereotype of Nigerians as hopelessly sectional and incapable of prioritizing reason over sentiments. That ticket, even though it was opposed by the same agents that doubted its success, has remained the best moment of our various experiments with democracy so far. This reincarnation of the 30-year-old hope that produced the late MKO Abiola and Babagana Kingibe came at a time the country is being pushed to the edge of anarchy by conflict entrepreneurs in Gaudi, Sioux, and Babangida, with the overwhelming endorsement of Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the APC presidential primaries by aspirants from the very groups predicted to reject him, and his subsequent election by delegates from the same groups. It's a clear message that Nigerians are beyond the stereotypes of those desperate to tear the people apart. The goodwill messages that have poured in since the announcement of my selection as running mate to the high-performing Jagaban Borgu easily underscore the depth of hope that our people are investing in the ticket. And I do not doubt that the amplitude of this love across the country, from Abia through to Zamfara, is an assurance that Nigerians are again prepared to choose the competence of their unifying representatives over any expression of primordial sentiments. We all witnessed the decisive blows dealt the big Godfrey dispensed by a hopeless minority ahead of the APC presidential primaries last June. The futility of their propaganda showed that Nigerians and the unthinking robots some of us are quick to call them. Nigerians are rational beings with the capability to tell an invidious agenda apart from sincere concern for them. They are not the uncritical consumers of clickbait and falsehood, as some of us think they are. They see through the Bibles, masquerading as patriots, and very importantly, they know those who represent their interests, even in the quietest and darkest of media rooms. I'm immensely grateful to our great party, the national chairman and the national working committee of the All Progressives Congress, and its perceptive stakeholders who consulted widely. I'm immensely grateful to our great party, the leadership of the party, led by our national chairman, Senator Dr. Abdullahi Adamu, and its perceptive stakeholders who consulted widely in the painstaking bid to choose Ashwaju's running mate for the 2023 elections. I'm grateful for this opportunity to be a part of this history, to deliver Nigeria to a future defined by fast evolving technologies that will propel us towards guaranteed national security, economic boom, youth engagement, mass employment, high quality education, and of course uncompromising national cohesion. I want to assure our teaming supporters that in the coming days we'll be rolling out our plans for a greater Nigeria and pointing towards the bright future that we envisage, and away from the destination of those with nothing but mudslinging to market and the reason they deserve to be elected. Such followers tragedies shouldn't be the ideals of a nation yearning for an experienced and documented visionary like Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.